So this is our sign-in screen. If you see, we have a clock-in sign-in, which gets us paid, or we have sign-in where we can just go in and see data without getting paid. So we're going to head clock-in sign-in because I want to get paid. You know you're getting paid because you can see the little flashing clock symbol just to the right of Service in the Cloud. This screen, because I'm a manager, it shows my manager button. End shift allows me to get out and end my shift. Close would close the software but leave me still getting paid. If we go further to the right at the top, it goes super map. The super map is where we set up all our scheduling for our open appointments. My schedule, which is the schedule button, will come up and it'll show you, and it's really nice. It shows a picture of you, the person that is scheduled, and your vehicle. You can see I have a beautiful GTO and I'm looking all cool. My sunglasses there. We have the help screen, which pulls up the help videos that we're looking at. The green button that says close sales reorder, that allows me to see all my sales that are have been ordered but not billed or paid for. If you look below that, we have the refund button to the left. That'll let me do any refunds. Menu pulls up a menu button that allows me to, or allows the sales service person and the manager as well to access these screens, to change their data, to access task to do, to get to the super map. You can see that we have our all our open orders. Not printed means that it has not been billed or paid for. You can see it says 12 open orders and it gives you the total, and the sales is at 0 because even though we have all these open orders, nothing's been paid for yet. We can go back here. This is our sales screen. So if we're going to make a sales, if you see, we have 3 a little bit lighter colored blue numbers, blue buttons. They have the area codes in it. So if we look up at 619 area code and then I hit customer search, these are the customers. So I select one of my customers. Now I can do a sales, a quote, or drop ship. We're going to do a sale. And we have sale or recurring sale. So recurring sale is if you're going to go back to that customer on a regular basis, either daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly, you'll do that. If you're just doing a one-time sale, you just select sale. So we're going to do that one right now. And if you see, we now have a selection where we can pick out some stuff that has been pre-designated for sale. We have drinks there. We also have above that a search field. So if we click in our search field, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a service. So we just need to type in the first 3 letters. Then we search for the part number. There's our service. Now we're going to tell it how many hours of service we're going to do. So we're going to do 4 hours of service, and we add that. Now if you see here, we have our service call is 4 hours. It tells us what the price is, what the subtotal is. Right now there's no tax, and this particular customer has a 1.0 discount, so they're paying full price. We have a picture of what the service is. If we select that field, this gets us into another field where we can add notes or add additional parts to the service call. So we're going to get out of this. We're going to send our order in. Now if we look at the closed sales, so the order that we just did was a 93, so we'll select 93. Now from here we can see at the top, these are the items that have been ordered. In this case, it's one item. They ordered 4 of them, so that's 400 hours. If we select that, we can actually change the price. If we want to change our per hour price, it says our current hour price is 100. We could change that. We're not going to at this point. We could use the add button to add more items. At this point, we're going to go down to the bottom. We're going to pick our amount. So since it's 400, we're going to go ahead and put in 400. If you look right here to the right of where we entered our money, we can see that there's a find tax and set tax. So we can actually set the tax if we need to bill them tax. If this is a charge, we would hit charge. Now, at this point, we're just asking for the approval number of whatever your credit card processor gives you, and we're tracking that here. We do not do the credit card processing because that's a very competitive industry and we want you to be able to get the best price possible. Now they've been billed. So at this point, you could go to the super map and find that order we just did. If you see right there, it's Tom Lane, order number 93. So we select him. And what it's going to do is it's going to show us our 2 service persons, and we're going to select which one it is. We select James, and we're going to hit on that button. Now, when we hit it again, it's going to give us some options. So you have set appointment, set starting for distance, and set starting. Set appointment would just go in and set the appointment time. Set starting for distance is if I want to figure out the distance between 2 places for setting up schedule, I could do that. And set starting is if I want to set up a route. We're going to go ahead and just do set appointment. Now this gets us to our appointment screen. Now our customer could require or could ask us to do a text before we get there, or an email, or even phone call. This particular customer, we're going to say they want it all. We're going to say they're going to go today at 4 o'clock, and we'll set the schedule. Now you notice it's come off of our screen here, and we go to our schedule button. We can see there it is. It just popped up. Now we have some options from here. Once I select it, I can hit the service button. It tells me what services are there. I can also hit the on the way button. Now what this does is it's going to pull up the map. It's going to show us the route that we're going to take, and it's also going to calculate the time and distance. And you see over here to the left, there's another on the way button. We'd hit that. Now this is going to tell us that they want to see a text, an email, and a phone call. So when we hit send email, you can see it sends us an email. It has some predefined text in there, tells the driving distance and the time, shows a picture of the person and the vehicle they're in. So it automatically fills in all the other information. So now we could also hit the on the way button again. Here's our text. It's going to be pretty much the same information, but we don't include the pictures. And then finally, if we need to do the phone call, we hit call, and then we have the information up here to the top left. It's got the phone number. We've given them a call. They know it. We can now use the map to get to the customer. Once we're at the customers, we have a show timer button, and we have this on the job button. It's to the top left. When we hit the on the job button, you can see our clock is starting to flash to the right. This would be if I'm doing a timed job. I want to know how long I'm on that particular job. So as we're going along, we can see we're on this job, we're calculating this much time, and then when we're done, we can stop our timer. It's going to tell us how long we were on the job in minutes, not very long. Then when we're here, we can see at the bottom in the black, that's our notes field. We can add any notes that we want. What's really nice about this is when our keyboard pops up, there's a microphone, so we could actually just talk and not have to actually type anything in. When we're done, we have a service complete, a reschedule, an approval. We can have a camera so we can take pictures to include, or we can just go straight to the pay screen. So we're going to hit the service complete, and now from here it's going to tell us how long we were on the job. It's going to ask me whether I need to get a signature or go straight to the pay screen. So if you want to get a signature, you just hit the get signature button. The customer then signs their name, however they sign it. And if you see here, it says send signed approval. So we hit that button, and here's our information. And we're going to send that out to our customer. I'm not going to send that right now. Then from here, we can close the job. And then we're right there. Now this time, the job's going to be closed. It's already been billed, so we don't need to worry about that. And we're on for our next thing. So some more information from here. Our menu button, when we go here, we can actually look at my screen. Allows me to change particular information about my particular employee. I can also see my paycheck. I see my human resources. It's really nice. You re-sign into that. You also have to the right of that, you have inventory, and you can see transfer. So this is right now, there's a transfer pending, but these are our basic inventories, and I could select an item, and I can now say adjust inventory, and it's going to tell me what my current stock is, what's on hold, what my current costs are, and what my sell prices is. We can message out. We can message out to other people from here. It's going to list out who they are, enter messages. Our transfers we can look at, and we can see that we have a transfer from warehouse 1 to warehouse 1, because I only had one warehouse set at the time, and we got 100 water bottles shipping over. So you can use that to transfer inventory between your vehicles. One thing that's also nice, if we go here to the manager screen and I go to company setup. Now, if you look here in the about the middle of the screen, it says stores 3, warehouses 3, and service centers 3. So we're going to click on the stores button right now. And if we look at the top right, it says headquarters, store 2, and store 3. Okay? And then you see at the bottom, you have warehouse 1, 2, and 3, and service center 1, 2, and 3. Each store has a warehouse and a service center assigned to it. The warehouse and service center can be the same as another one. So if you have one location that has all your inventory, you might have everything goes to that warehouse. So that would be warehouse 1. If you have all your services at one location, then that particular location would be service center 1. But if you have trucks that have inventory and they also have services, then you would assign each truck its own store number and then its own warehouse and service center. Then through the manager screen, you go to this screen and you can see where you say transfer inventory to warehouses. You're looking at 5 down on the right, and then you can transfer your inventory. You can also right below that add services to the company. So right here you're just seeing which service center it is. You'd add the service right there. So this way your trucks can have people that have different inventories and different services and still keep track of it. All the inventory and services are automatically updated and reported. So from this screen, which is our manager screen, if you look, this is where you can also set up your company. The order of setting up would be company, employees, vendors. Then if you look under vendors, we have items. So this is where you set up your services and items. So a service can either be one that you schedule or one that you don't, and you have a button that says schedule or not. And you can also have them say whether it's a crew or one person, and whether or not you have it in-house or through your vendors. Then you would set up your items. So the items you'd select from the bottom to get to your item screen, and then from here you would set up all your information, your items. If you look here, we have items that looks like they're duplicates, but what it is they're in different warehouses. So we list all the items here, so you can see that you have different items in different warehouses. Back to here, this is also where you can set up your customers. You set up your sales screens, your printers. You can import and export data. Banking, this is a running total of what the software thinks it is. It's not connected to any bank accounts. We do not want bank account numbers because we don't want anybody to try and hack us. You can place orders for inventory. This lists out all your inventory, what you have, and then you place that with your vendors. You can receive the orders and then disperse that through to all your stores. There's also recurring costs, so you can set up right here all your things like advertising, rent, insurance, legal fees, electricity, supplies, everything is set up right through there. And that would be for your billing and your, keep your bank straight, and then also have accurate reports. If you look over here to the left, about the middle, it says reports, and you can see some different information here. What's kind of nice is in the middle you see where it says start date. You can pick a date, and then you pick an end date, and then you can say the buttons right above that, sales report by date, and it lists out your sales report. Or you can say sales by order number, and it would list out your order numbers. You just put that in through here. So say if I want to look at order number 93, I could just say that, and it will pull that up and show me what that order is and give me all my details. You can see it's got the approval code, the payment, the change, everything right there. There's also social marketing, which is almost to the bottom on the left. You can see it says social marketing. This allows me to send emails, texts that when I set up my customers, they told me how often I can contact them. I can also do Facebook and Twitter from here. There is record use items. These are items that they may have a variable on how much you use. So if you're making something and let's say you're making hamburgers and you don't know how much mustard you're using on each hamburger. You would list out the first use of it, and then when the jar was empty, you would then say that you're done using that, and it would backtrack how many times that you use mustard and start giving you averages of your use, so you have that for your figuring out what's going on. You also have nice here on the bottom left, contact opportunity software. This allows you to send me an email, tell me what's going on. If you have any reports that you want or any ideas to make the software better, please let me know as soon as you can. I'm working to make this the best software that anybody's ever used. Okay, so if we're here and we want to say end shift, so let's go here, hit the end shift button, and you can see what's really nice. It told me that I made a sale, and then it's going to let me go back here, and I'm clocked out and ready for the next day.